Does the thought of investing in the market scare you? Are you afraid of losing money in the market? Well, you should, because the fact is that most people do. Majority of people who invest in the stock market loses money. However, what if I was to tell you that you can understand the real reason why most people lose money in the market? And with this knowledge, what if you can avoid being the majority that loses money in the market? Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Tay from Financial Tortoise, a channel dedicated to helping the Sandy generation reach financial security. In this video, I want to share with you the simple reasons why most people lose money in the market and how you can learn to avoid it. First reason why most people lose money in the market. Most people think they can time the market. We've all heard of stories like this from a friend or a coworker. Hey, this friend I know bought Tesla stock when it was trading for pennies and sold it when it was $1 million. So now he's a gazillionaire. I bought this stock when it was at the lowest and sold it when it hit its peak. I know a bargain when I see one. And we can't help but think, what a genius. He got in when it was low and sold it when it was high? How did he do it? Can I do that too? However, the stories that we don't hear are the majority of people who've done the opposite. Buying a stock when it was soaring and being devastated when it plummeted. Being forced to sell it at a loss. The ideal notion that we can consistently buy when it's low and sell when it's high sounds quite appealing. However, the reality is that it is close to impossible. Most people buy high and sell low. Regardless of how unique we think we are, most people follow the herd mentality. When the news is filled with doom and gloom, people can't help themselves but sell because they're afraid that what they own is going to fall further. And when the news is filled with glitz and hope for the future, people buy and artificially drive up the market even more. Trying to time the market is a hopeless goal. Our human psychology is instinctively wired to follow the herd mentality. If a group of people started running in one direction in hysteria, how many of us would have the rational mind to stop and try to think, why are they running? We run first and ask questions later. It takes awareness and intentional effort to counter this natural human tendency. Real quick, if you're enjoying this video and you want to learn more about personal finance and navigating life as a Sandy generation, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe and hit the like button because that would really help out the channel. Second reason why most people lose money in the market. Most people think they can beat the market. Most people can't pick winning stocks. However, a lot of people think they can. How many of us have heard one of these stories from a friend? Last week when I was at Target, I saw a new brand of baby soap that was amazing. It had this crazy scent and glowed in the dark. I knew this product was going to be a hit. So I went home that night and bought 1,000 shares of Target stocks, and now I'm a gazillionaire. I was driving down the street when I saw the latest F-150 from Ford. It looked sick. And I knew right away it would sell like crazy. So I went home that night and bought as many shares of Ford as I could. And now I'm a gazillionaire. And we can't help ourselves but think, can I do that too? Am I not being active enough in identifying potential winning companies and missing out on becoming a gazillionaire myself? I want to stop you right there. You can't pick winning stocks. And don't feel bad about yourself because most people can't. This is the fact. And in fact, in the world, there are probably only a handful of individuals that have year after year been able to find winning stocks. You've probably heard some of these names before. Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch. And you know these names because the skill set is so rare. I find it fascinating to think that some people truly believe they're just as good or even better than some of these seasoned professionals. Most people can't beat the market and neither can you. Focus on following the market with good low-cost index funds like VTSAX. You can check out my video about why VTSAX is my #1 investment right here. With funds like VTSAX or other similar low-cost index funds, you'll beat the majority of the people out there when it comes to getting a good return for your money. And this is coming from Mr. Warren Buffett himself. By periodically investing in an index fund, the know-nothing investors can actually outperform most investment professionals. Third reason why most people lose money in the market. Most people think they understand the market. We have friends that are constantly talking about the stock market. They could be actual professionals that work in finance industry or just individuals that think they completely understand the ins and outs of the market. You sit down for lunch with them and the conversation normally goes like this. Hey, did you watch CNBC last night? It sounds like Facebook is about to make a big announcement. You know, One of my business school buddies' wife works at Facebook, and I overheard her talking about how they're installing a new non-flushing toilet at their Shanghai office. They're currently trading X dollars per stock. I just bought an option for dollars. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make a killing. So I was reading Wall Street last night and I read how there's a new land agreement being signed between Turkey and Russia. And given that the wind in Moscow is blowing west by about 16 degrees, I'm sure the oil stock price will increase by 4.83% by next Monday. I'll make a killing with my latest buy. If you're insecure about your knowledge of the market, you might be thinking, wow, this guy's so smart. Maybe I can understand the market like him one day and become a gazillionaire myself. If you have also felt insecure and struggled about your knowledge of the market at one point, please comment below. I still struggle with it and would love to know that I'm with fellow like-minded individuals. The sad fact is that most people who think and talk like this don't completely understand the market. Jill Collins, the author of The Simple Path to Wealth, uses a fantastic analogy of the foam versus the beer in his book to explain this concept. In his book, he refers to the stock market as being made up of these two things: the actual beer and the foam. The beer. This is the actual underlying business that the stock market represents, the product that this company sells, the people that develop great ideas and bring them to the market. It's what makes the beer a beer. Then you have the foam. This is the late night short-term stock craze news. The rumors of who the new CEO is going to be, what the new product Apple might be launching. This type of news drives the daily, weekly volatility of a stock. It's interesting, but this isn't tied to the core fundamentals of the business. If you want to become a real gazillionaire, you must ignore the foam. Networks make money by getting people to watch more of their content. The market isn't what we see on the news. It's made up of thousands of businesses that are creating value for its customers. This value is what will, in the long run, drive the market up. Does the thought of investing still scare you? Well, don't be. By watching this video and understanding why majority of people actually lose money in the market, you are 90% ahead of the crowd. Take action and start investing in low-cost index funds like VTSAX today and see your net worth go up. Thank you guys for watching. If you found value from this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of my other upcoming videos. I firmly believe that being part of the Sanders generation doesn't have to mean financial stress. With careful planning and preparation, we can thrive during this stage of life. Help me spread the knowledge. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next video.